Alright, let's keep going, I guess, because I don't got anything else to do right now. So first off, we're going to open it up with, next reward is an intuition point. We're going to investigate the globe, loan, and jewelry, I think. And that's, which one do we want to investigate first? Let me decide here. Because our options are we either go to the place and look over the Molar case, and decide which one of us... And which one of us is which one's the important one?
No.
Let's start with the pawnbroker.
Another body, and Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
What exactly did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass, Phelps? Is that what your old man paid college tuition for?
You really think I'm gonna steal? Need a drink. I got the jitters again. What the hell's the LAPD up to these days? Hey, I gave his wife a stab. He said all fair in love and war.
I really wish you could free roam with a gun. I get why they can't. Let's take a look. Is there any, There is a street crime. Okay, let's respond to that real quick.
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Hold. Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's groundkeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sakes.
And he always maintained he was set up.
Hugo ran? What? What? We got Eli. I can only hope. I've signed. I'm gonna put a detail on. I've signed up for that. I can only hope that my class regarding RG hazmat 649 contains the gang that exists, but it probably won't because, of course, it would cause towards the particular fund would or worth ludicrous amount of money to pay for it.
Any Central Unit, 459 suspects to be taken into custody at the trolley station on Lucas Avenue. Stand by for further.
This is Car 11 King. Go ahead with the further.
11 King, 2459 suspects sighted in the vicinity of the trolley station on Lucas Avenue between Court and Colton.
You should have iced those folks. You leave no witnesses, you stay out of the
I'm
post.
not riding all the way to Santa Ana and then on to Cincinnati with you pissing in my ear.
But I'm tired of always being on the lam.
I don't have a choice. A stick-up charge is still a stick-up charge, and I ain't going back inside.
You're both coming with me. Don't do anything stupid.
Where's that car?
You gotta get me closer! Hit him! Clean this asshole off the road!
He was zooming.
Put your hands in the air!
We got 2 suspects.
Car 11K calling KGPL. Code 4 at the Lucas Avenue trolley station. The 459 suspects are in custody.
Roger, 11K. All units, code 4 on the 459 suspects at the Lucas Avenue trolley station.
There we go. Now, if I told you that...
Can you drive to this one?
I don't want to drive. Do you believe me? Into each heart some rain must fall, but too much is falling in mine. Oh.
How can I help you boys?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip. Does this mark mean anything?
22 carats.
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build. Dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
We're going to look at any of the other rest. What's the point of a pawn shop, by the way? So... Into each heart some rain must fall.
We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. The perp is having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that one?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. The Dahlia letters are genuine, and the man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Muller.
And how do we prove that, Phelps? Skipper ain't gonna like this one bit.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
KGPL to all units. Citizen reports man with a gun. Union and Rockwood Street. Union and Rockwood Street. Unit to handle code 2. Identify.
Man with a gun. Gun. You got a gun. Having trouble with your college courses? I've got a gun. Having trouble with your next one? A gun. Noire. Northern Line was saying about it. Basically, it's out. It's the gun strap. It's just too powerful. A gun's just funny. Basically, plain and simple. So they make this video. I'm not sure how good it is. Imagine the driving in this tank. Cars were made sturdier back in back when cars were built literally different. Built different type stuff. It's insane. Alright, so drive straight and then take it off.
KGPL to all units. Citizen reports man with a gun. Union and Rockwood Street. Union and Rockwood Street. Unit to handle code 2. Identify.
11K, go ahead.
11 King. Citizen reports man with a gun at the intersection of Union Avenue.
Damn it! I said cough it up! I'm not gonna say it again. That's it, old man. I've had enough of your gibberish.
I just crashed. I am like 95% certain that my game has just crashed. Yep, let's go. Last thing that I get is him being racist. Decided to actually read Toad's thing. Let me turn my desktop audio down. Properties. Did I turn my audio up here? Filters. No filters there. Let me turn down LA Noire. $35% seems good. There we go. And now just talk louder. And hit resume, see where it takes us. Trick question, it'll take us nowhere. We don't exist. I've got like an acting key somewhere.
mister? 1, thanks.
It's annoying. Get a bump. Like on my... Ow. Give me just a second. I've got a bump on like my lower... Bleeds easily. So I mean it hopefully will go away. But it is uncomfortably paced, and it is a... Ow. Very uncomfortable thing. It's very annoying. Gobbledygook. Please, Your Honor, please drive.
You can drive.
KGPL to all units. Citizen reports man with a gun. Union and Rockwood Street. Union and Rockwood Street. Unit to handle code 2. Identify.
11K, go ahead.
11 King. Citizen reports man with a gun at the intersection of Union Avenue and Rockwood Street. 11 King, code 2.
Damn it! I said cough it up! I'm not gonna say it again. That's it, old man. I've had enough of your gibberish.
Give it up, LAPD.
Oh, you awful bully. Oh my gosh!
Hurry! You can still catch him.
There he is. See him? That's that cop. Seems like a decent guy.
Is this real?
Something with a little more reach.
What? Oh, crap. Okay, yeah, no, it's basically impossible to detain a man.
Reinforcements are on the way. Cease and desist.
That was the only way it was gonna go after I fucked it up. Johnny on the spot. I have completed.
We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Herb is having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letters.
Gently. I bumped on what?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letters. The Dahlia letters are genuine.
Pig's
The man who
attitude.
killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed
L.A.
Deirdre
Noire.
Mullen.
Like it's.
And how do we prove that, Phelps? Skipper ain't gonna like this one bit.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own. vanity.
Whoa there!
That did not go how I thought it would. Your Honor, thank God that like you're not held responsible for the crimes you committed in video game crime. I saw an article. It's a meme article that gets posted around a lot from Kotaku. I think there's like 6 players being held responsible for their war crimes. And it directly features Spec Ops: The Line, which does hold the players accountable for their war crimes. They commit war crimes, and that causes an entire downhill spiral in the game. It's a good story, actually. I know not a lot of... That's genuinely your... Oh, God. It's a good game about, I might play it, actually. It's genuinely good. It had a good message at the time. It was created in the era of like a dozen times. Probably no. No one from the team reviewed it.
You boys ready? Follow me.
We should keep this development with the rings under our hat until we speak with the captain.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. You got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it.
Yep.
Hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
The Negro?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
You can't just say the Negro. Can't believe it. The Negro found the body, guys. We gotta be suspicious.
Nice day, gentlemen.
Negroes are always suspicious.
This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating. We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's gonna be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
$221 St. David Street, 11 Bridgeland, Connecticut. Dear Evelyn, I hope that this letter finds you in a better way than when we last parted. Bitter words were exchanged. You had taken too much liquor, and we both know what that makes you become. But I'm not writing to harass and accuse. I'm writing to apologize. I was heartbroken seeing what had become of my little. I was heartbroken seeing what had become of my little girl, and what she is doing with herself. You are destroying your body and your soul with liquor, Evelyn. It is harder for me to watch than you can imagine, but only God Almighty above us has the right to judge, and so I beg for your forgiveness. I've been in contact with a sanitarium here in Connecticut on your behalf. They say your condition is an illness, Evelyn, and that it can be treated. So you need to check yourself in. It will not...
Someone was trying to get her to come home.
It will not... You know, I'm getting a common theme here that they all have fucking matchsticks. Sorry, matchbooks.
Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her.
They all have fucking matchsticks. All of them. Why? Examine the body. Fuck.
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Nothing on this hand. Take a look at the head. Head was basically cracked open.
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
What have we got here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age, lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
Gotta speak to the people.
Nice day, gentlemen.
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
Are you sure you won't be upset?
Try me, Ferdinand.
I was kissing her. It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand. Classic Carmine.
You have lipstick.
Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop! Don't hit him. You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
Did you take any money?
Wasn't any to take. I found her lipstick and her matchbook over on the mat. Not much else.
Discovering the victim.
You found the body?
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
Sure, Rusty.
Let's talk to the Negro. You want to talk to the Negro?
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your details?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now. What are you thinking,
Nice
Ray?
day, gentlemen.
The city keeps tossing us dead bodies. We're just running to catch up.
blood splatter on the carriage. She must have been struck while standing up.
Call the game well.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor, closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks.
Alright, let's head there. What's our car? This one's our car.
Read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah, I read about that.
These people are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? Guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. You spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. Do you think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
So driving's a very big thing. It's just so fucking hard. And on several occasions I'm like, I get the feeling they want me to drive for these extra narrative bits.
Watch it, will you?
For God's sakes, watch where you're driving.
Not my fault. Not my fault, Your Honor. Yeah, you can check the footage. We don't have body cameras, but you can check the footage.
I'm out of here.
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew
Robbins?
Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
I like my look.
You got some fine stock here, Mr. Robbins. You know, you let us take some for the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
He was basically a fake. This book.
Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
Can I further investigate that?
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Keep a friend that is Governor McCaffrey. What's this?
She wasn't always such a loner.
What? Why is there a bowling pin? Why is this a clue?
Rawlings Bowling Alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
Rawlings. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
When exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures?
A few years ago. She worked in legal copyrights for music.
I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed. So what next?
Question the owner. He must know something.
Alright, now, buddy.
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit? To pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
Any idea where the money came from?
She didn't mention it. But she did say the booze was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Not many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
We got the impression that Evelyn had been sleeping rough of late.
It became difficult for me to have her staying here. Her mother was trying to get her back on the straight and narrow. She's old now. And to be honest, you have to have a good reason to want to get back on.
Knowledge of McCaffrey.
You know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Robbins.
No problem. Hey, I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I could get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
Put in a call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. He'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks. Get the guy, huh? Evelyn never hurt anybody.
Let's go to the bar next. There's like a lot of music that's played in Fallout, except in the time period and all that. Fuck!
Watch where you're driving, you maniac!
That's Tiny T-Bone.
Drink, fellas.
Phelps, Galloway, homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers, what is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, Detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Let's ask about your criminal history.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
You want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes,
socialist,
workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
Relationship
You
with
say
the
you barely knew Evelyn?
That's a fucking lie.
Yes, that is correct.
Because
You're lying, McCaffrey. You looked down your nose at Evelyn, but you knew her, and you have some idea of what happened.
I hope you're holding aces. I'm telling you again, I barely knew the woman.
Book.
Why would you lend her your book on metaphysics if you only knew her in passing? It was more than that. A Renaissance man like yourself, lending his books to his acolytes.
She hounded me about that goddamn book, and then she lifts it from my apartment and lies to my face that she didn't take it, as if she could even comprehend any of it. I saw her go into a hotel with Tiernan last night. They had booze in a paper bag. He's your man.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
Let's go. Let's hop in the car. Go to the bowling alley. Can I speak to you?
You a friend of Evelyn Summers?
Who's asking?
Very cute. You know who's asking.
I know my rights.
You don't have any. Answer the question.
Evelyn mooches for drinks. I don't have any time for that.
Was that so hard?
Keep writing me, copper.
Bruh. Bruh, bruh, bruh. Bruh, 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 bruh. Bruh, 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 bruh. Bruh, 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 bruh. Bruh, 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 bruh. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm saying.
Car 11K.
Don't care. Didn't ask. Plus, I wanted to go to the goddamn bowling alley.
Car 11K, come in. Car 11K, Car 11 King, KGPL.
11 King.
A message from Captain Donnelly, return to Central, code 2.
11 King, en route.
Don't care. Literally not, don't care.
Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps.
I want to go to this guy. Nice car. Yoink it. Lincoln Continental convertible. growling bullet. I don't know why bowling is, or was, or used to be, or still is.
Hello, Rusty. 2 on your usual lane?
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new. What's your shoe size?
We're conducting an investigation, ma'am. Do you know the name Evelyn Summers?
Sounds like I should. Oh, maybe it could be Jimmy's friend.
Jimmy?
James Tiernan. He's a pin setter. One day he introduced me to a lady after work. It stuck in my mind because she was much older, too old for him.
Where can we find Jimmy, Florence?
He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back.
Thanks, ma'am.
Why am I yelling?
Let's go get him.
Why am I yelling?
You
Down the left side of the alley.
Down the left side.
This is no battle of wits between you and me.
I
never pick on an unarmed man.
Can I get a bowl of that chili?
Tiernan! LAPD!
You're running. Bad look for you.
There!
What are you waiting for? Get after him!
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn, Cole.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires! Another runner. Or at least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure they've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to lam it.
You know, your theories are not airtight by any means.
I'm not sure why they all.
If this isn't the killer, we can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into a wall and saves us all the trouble.
Hit it! Clean this asshole off the road.
That is the end of that. It's about fucking time.
That was actually a pretty good job.
Wow, I could have taken a little something from that. What's happening?
LAPD.
Put your hands in the air!
How long have I been recording? 50 minutes. Well, damn. I really liked this car. But damn.
You know the way. You can drive.
Head to the Central Police Station.
Fine. Where are we headed?
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
Carruthers.
I got this gadget whiz putting recording devices into the place for me.
Hey, isn't he the cop that won a medal for solving all those cases?
Hey, don't mind me.
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick, but she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, so yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And to follow up on Evelyn Summers, I want daily reports.
What if the big twist is it's like Phelps? And Phelps is orchestrating all this so he can feel
We got our
powerful?
orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McCaffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
Why is the word abbreviation so long?
I got a hard case I gotta break.
Dude, he has such a fucking valid complaint.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thanks, ma'am.
I
don't care. I don't go in for letting gangsters off scot-free. Mouthpiece were stripped off me at the grand jury. Case got thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
Let me pose a question.
Depends. What's it got to do with?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
You nearly knocked me down.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Oh, he won't let me drive.
I'm at a loss.
Call me a red basher, but I think we should look in on that
You know the
fellow
way.
traveler
You can
from the
drive.
bar. That McCaffrey guy.
Oh, we gotta check first. Where is he?
McCaffrey is in apartment 6.
You know, I quite like this look. I've talked about it. I kind of want to wear a look similar to this for something, but I'm not sure what. Really, there's not much. The holster is actually a very good look on it, too.
Doesn't look like anybody's home.
Terrible shame. Means there's nobody to let us in. You want to do the honors, Phelps?
I don't think so.
Blood. And a tire iron.
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
Is that you, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in here?
We're from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you gonna give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that. A citation, at least.
Is there anything else over here?
What are we waiting for?
You're waiting for me to write my text message because I was not done. I'm also not done searching this place. You got any good snacks?
Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
Oh, there is something else here. Take long before you were healed and you came home. I have all your stuff.
Torn from the letter we found beside the body. At the very least, I'd say it ties McCaffrey to the scene.
There we go. Is there anything else in here? Beer bottle. Beer bottle got anything to do with it? Nah, it's California grape. Alright, let's get up there.
Talk to Grosvenor. I've got housework to do.
That's that cop. Seems like a decent guy.
Grosvenor McCaffrey! Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll talk.
I'll go get our wheels.
I'm really fucking chasing this yet another guy.
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight.
There he is, officer! Hurry! You can still catch him!
I don't like how he's running. Very good.
Give it up, LAPD.
Tap, 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 tap. Yes!
McCaffrey, you're under arrest on suspicion of murdering Evelyn Summers.
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be the captain. Unless Tiernan set him up. You don't think that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you? Whoever did it. So what's that Dahlia fuck?
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together at a later date.
I'll hold you to that.
All right, Rusty, you're driving.
You can drive.
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, gentlemen?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want a confession from one of them. Don't fail me, young Phelps.
How long is this gonna take?
Alright. Now let's go with Tiernan to start off with. He's in which room was he in again? One.
I want to make homicide. You know you made it if you can get that desk.
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Well, motherfucker. Dumbass. Bitch ass. Let's start off by reviewing the evidence. We're good, I think. We've got basically everything.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
Fucking a lie. Lie number 37.
Keep lying to me and I'll have you charged and in front of a grand jury before your feet touch the ground.
How can you possibly prove Evelyn and I were more than friends?
You know, victim last seen.
McCaffrey gave you up, Tiernan. He says he saw you go into your hotel with Evelyn.
I met Evelyn at the public library. We would read for a while and then go for a drink. Last night, we went back to my hotel room and had some more to drink. I must have passed out. I woke up and she was gone.
What time was this?
Around midnight, maybe later.
And there's no one who can confirm this?
No, there isn't. I knew you wouldn't believe me.
And so you ran.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at it once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it?
She wanted something of his.
We either hang this on you or McCaffrey. You better give us something.
Well, McCaffrey's been in trouble with the law before. I mean, he always makes out it was some kind of labor dispute, but, you know, I'm not so sure.
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night, and she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
Even if you don't.
You're lying, Tiernan. You'd been fighting with her. You fought, and...
I'm not lying! She got up and left! That was it!
Isn't there anything else you can do?
She left, but she came back. She bought you a quart of whiskey to make it up to you. She told the liquor store owner. You're in deep trouble, buddy.
She said she loved me. She wanted to care for me. But she would never stop talking about McCaffrey. McCaffrey was a writer, McCaffrey was a hero, McCaffrey cared for the little guy.
Did you kill her, Tiernan?
I might as well have. I kicked her out. She had nowhere to go.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
No, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Coroner's report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment. McCaffrey was up on the roof. Evelyn stole the book. McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
Oh, well, that's no
Evelyn
good.
was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, a present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
Excuse me, buddy. I like how we're taking both interview rooms for this one case. Hello, buddy.
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
Let's ask about your alibi.
Evelyn
which
died
you've already
sometime around
fucking
midnight.
lost because you had the
Remind
letter.
me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
Sure, that's a fucking big fat lie.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
You know.
How about half of Augusta Summers' last correspondence with her daughter?
What are you talking about?
After you were done beating Evelyn, you searched her and found her mother's letter. That old lady's anguish amused you.
I know nothing about a letter or Evelyn's goddamn mother.
So what was it doing on your writing desk?
I don't know, but if I didn't put it there, somebody else did.
Well, you
Try
were there?
exercising your powers of deduction on that.
Let's ask your exes for a tire iron.
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
I don't believe you, Grosvenor. The evidence says that you killed her.
Can we use his
You
accusation?
can prove that I wanted to kill Evelyn?
Yeah, Tiernan's accusation.
Tiernan is prepared to testify that you threatened Evelyn's life in his presence.
Self-preservation. That's understandable. Okay, I'll level with you. Tiernan killed Evelyn. He came to me for help. I listened to him, and he explained why he did it.
Tiernan went to you for help. You expect me to buy that?
That's how it went down. I told him he made a terrible mistake, but he would be throwing his life away if he went to the cops. I took his things and told him I would dispose of them.
But you didn't.
Speak to Tiernan. He'll give it up.
Let's go telephone? Please let me out of the room.
Think the vice boys get any on the side?
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thanks for your help.
Isn't there anything else you can do?
Let's go over and talk to Tiernan.
Guy gave his wife a tap. I said all's fair in love.
You spoken to McCaffrey? I can go? It's all been cleared up?
Not quite. We have one more question we need to ask, James. Then I think we will be done.
Sure. Go ahead.
Did you do it? Killer says what?
So Evelyn passed out, and you walked out. What happened next?
I woke up in the morning, very hungover. I thought Evelyn would have come back.
I know you're lying, James. You went out looking for her. Tell me what really happened.
I don't know what you're talking about. How can you say I wasn't in that hotel room?
McCaffrey's accusation.
You wound up at McCaffrey's. You were still incredibly drunk. You passed out on his floor. It's time to tell me what really happened.
McCaffrey woke me up the next morning, and he showed me the lug wrench and the letter and the box, and he said I came in with him last night. He said that I killed Evelyn, and that it was all over the radio, and that he would protect me. And I don't know, Detective, for the life of me, I can't remember a goddamn thing. I was angry with her. Really angry. I could have done it. Was it me?
I don't know.
Wait here.
I really don't know if it was him or not.
I'm thinking of moving up to a
Because
45.
the last thing is to
I wanna
ask
stop
him
with one
about
round.
his criminal record.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw. It changes a man.
That's a fucking
I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
No, that's a lie. You were dishonorably
You're
discharged.
lying, McCaffrey. You have a history of violence towards women.
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor into an assault charge?
You know, the whole dishonorable discharge requiring a whole court-martial and you being found guilty.
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge, beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was a goddamn peasant whore! She tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country. I could have...
You beat her because she stole from you, because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch. What is a man supposed to do? Sit there and take it? How is a man supposed to call himself a man?
And Evelyn Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her.
Grosvenor McCaffrey, I'm charging
feel
you
bad
with
about
the
that.
murder of Evelyn Summers. She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Congratulations, boys. You bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot. Grand. Now, I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot in a prison graveyard.
the vehicle damage. We got a 4-star. Let's go. We'll probably have to replay that. Or replay.
We have lost most of Shaughnessy and Dunn's squad. The gunny is dead, first platoon's in worse shape. That medic is either crazy or the bravest man alive.
Can we rally with the first and try for the Nambus?
It's sheer to the left. To the right, it goes right through a pass with 2 Nambus and enfilade.
Mate,
we can lose everyone.
Lieutenant! Get back off this fucking bridge! They'll start walking the mortars back to their own positions! We only have minutes! I'm in charge here, Sergeant! Get your men off the bridge, Lieutenant! What's your unit, Sergeant? We don't have time for this, Lieutenant! What's your unit, Sergeant? I company 22nd Marines, Lieutenant, and we just saved your ass by fording the river. My orders are to reconnoiter the... I think that point is now moot! You have 10 men left! My orders are to save what's left! Move out!
Well done, lads. You did well with the Summers case. But we have a problem. The examiner received a new letter today.
Do you mind if I take a look, Ray?
Go right ahead. They've both been rinsed in gasoline like the previous letters, so I can't lift a print.
You're a real asshole, you know that?
What's this?
To suffer woes which hope thinks infinite, to forgive wrongs darker than death or night.
To suffer woes which hope thinks infinite, to forgive wrongs darker than death or night, to defy power which seems omnipotent, to love and bear to hope till hope creates. From its own wreck, the thing it contemplates, neither to change nor falter nor repent. This, like thy glory, Titan, is to be good, great, and joyous, beautiful, and free. This is alone life, joy, empire, and victory. Let's take a look at this. Look.
Another snippet from the Shelley poem.
Looking in wonder up to heaven, while yet the music pealed along, I hid myself within a fountain in the public square, where I lay like a reflex of the moon, seen in a wave under green leaves.
No one else but the killer knew about this message. If the note is from the Dahlia maniac, he definitely also killed Teresa Terrell.
Mal and I agree.
But where does that leave us? If this is the Dahlia killer, and he is responsible for the Tarrelson murder, not to mention the Muller
Hang
case.
on a moment, Skipper.
Let me finish, Rusty. We have 5 birds in hand and none in the bush. The department will not survive a scandal if we have to let them all go without catching a fiend first. Your careers will be over for a start, gentlemen.
Looking in wonder.
Ah, fuck it.
While yet
I
the
knew this
music
run was too
pealed
good to be
along,
true.
I hid myself within a fountain in the public square.
You like that stuff? What is it supposed to
It's
mean?
supposed to... Forget what it's supposed to... What does he want it
Where
to
are you going with this, Cole?
He's obviously taunting us. He believes he's far more intelligent than we are.
Okay, it's some kind of story, right? A guy that God hates, chains him up.
It's an allegory, Rusty.
What? Story with 2 meanings. A symbolic meaning. But that's what he wants us to think.
Could he be using it literally? Within a fountain in a public square? Could it be that easy?
Can somebody tell me what the fuck is going on?
The fountain in Pershing Square. Come on, we have a clue. Captain, thanks, Ray.
Be careful, Phelps. This is his game you're playing now.
Phelps dies. Like, he
I was
asked it.
door knocking all morning, but I got a make on the car in the end.
Like, there's no way he doesn't die. Anyways, this has gone on way too long. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.